What's up, everybody? It is your girl Tiffany. I am the founder of Spiritual Goddess, and welcome to a new episode of The Universe Made Me Do It. This topic that we're going to be discussing today has been on my mind the last couple of days. Today is March the 19th. Tomorrow we enter into spring equinox and we start the new astrological year. We just experienced the Virgo Full Moon. I think I'm just at this point, I'm already starting to feel like that Aries. I'm ready to go, I'm ready to move forward, El Toro type energy, bull energy. I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. That initiator energy already. And I really had to ground myself. I feel in myself having to reel it back in. You know what I mean? I've been very good so far this year with remaining humble, remaining grounded, but also remembering where I'm going and who I'm becoming. And as of recently, like I said, I've just been feeling I'm just ready. I'm just so ready. And it's causing me to not be focused on the present. But the best thing about myself right now compared to myself last year or a couple years ago is that me now has that self-awareness to be hey, reel it back in. I can check myself now when I am just thinking about a million one things instead of what me and God talked about, what I've asked for, what I've been praying for, what I've been scripting and putting out intention for. Then I had to think to myself as well as come on, this is you having to not only trust yourself, but trust spirit. And I do trust spirit. In those moments where you kind of doubt, not even so much doubting. Again, it's that adrenaline, and it's you're moving the wheel, but you're not going anywhere because your mind is going a mile a minute because you see more for yourself and you know that you can create more for yourself. And now it's finding a way to release that energy when it happens. So after this, I'm going to lay down on the ground and just center myself and really calm my mind down, have a conversation with God, with my spiritual team, and just really, 1, ground myself, 2, express gratitude, 3, express my emotions. It's okay to feel what you are feeling. And the last thing you want to do is suppress your emotions. You are allowed to feel what you feel. So it's expressing that, letting that out, and then releasing that. And coming back to the present. I already set my intention for the future. So that is going to manifest the way it's supposed to manifest. But I have to focus on right now in this present moment. And if I'm clouded by things of the future, it kind of can get a little bit complex to when it comes down to moving forward with grace. We want to move with grace. And we don't want to move off of impulse. We don't want to move from a place of a lack of security or stability. We don't want to move from any sort of lack mentality, to be honest, because then you're just creating more lack. You're creating more setbacks. You're focusing so much on this. You're making something that's either so small and minuscule the center of everything around you, that then in turn can ruin what the universe has in store for you, or it can create a blockage or self-sabotage. And what's so beautiful about my growth is that, like I said, I can identify when I'm headed in that direction of potential self-sabotage, or where I'm not moving from a place of the heart chakra. I'm not doing things with love. Like, I'm doing things off of ego. And ego is impulsive. And ego is self-sabotaging. So I just had to remember who I am, what I'm becoming, and be grateful, number one. And number two, acknowledge the progress that I did make. Sometimes I'll go back and I look and I'll be like, look at what you did. Look at what you created for yourself. Look at the growth that has happened over the last so-and-so months, or over the last so-and-so years, or look at this cycle that you completed. It's like you did this. You were able to do this in this amount of time or whatever. So imagine what you can do, 3 months from now, a year from now. It's like we gotta be more grateful and be mindful of the things that we think, because our thoughts create our reality, and that is true. You have to be so mindful. Again, we're going to have moments where you're going to have two thoughts that's going to come about. You're either going to have a very motivating and impactful and powerful thought, or we can have a very self-loathing, self-sabotaging, low vibrational thought. Those are two thoughts that pop up in everybody's brains. Not everybody's brains is just so positive. We all have those moments where we're like, shit, this is some bullshit, or I don't know what the hell is going on, da 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 da. But which thought are you going to give more energy to? Are you going to give more energy towards the things that you don't like and then create more of what you don't like? Or are you going to direct your energy to what you do like, the more quote-unquote positive thought, and create that energy and make that energy triumph the negative thought? Trust me, it is a learning process, and it all starts with self. It all starts with self-identifying and having that awareness to understand when you are about to have these moments. And the reason why I'm making this podcast episode is I caught myself before the moment got bigger. I caught myself repeating something, looking elsewhere when I haven't even gave myself the opportunity to experience something that has been forming. There's a quote by Steve Harvey, and I will always remember this quote when I heard it on the radio, and it's stuck in my brain. It's probably going to stick in my brain forever. It says, keep going. Why would you quit? Keep going even if you're going through hell. Why would you quit in hell? Something along those lines. If you're going through hell, keep going. Why would you quit in hell? And I'm not saying that I'm going through hell. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying, like, why would you stop in the middle of your progression? Why would you stop in the middle of your ascension? Life is about duality and balance. It's about black and white. Like, you have to be able to weigh them scales. You have to be able to embrace the light and the dark. You have to embrace the good and the bad days. Because when you have your good days, just, be prepared to have a bad day. And when you have those bad days, be prepared to have good days. That's just the circle of life. No matter how you're trying to twist and turn it, that's the circle of life. And now your good days can definitely be way better than your bad days. Everybody's connotation on the words good and bad is going to differ, but those good days can really overpack and overshadow those quote unquote bad days. But understand those bad days or those losses that you may take, those losses, those bad days are nothing but growth opportunities. Those are growth opportunities for you. Those are opportunities for expansion, for new knowledge, for a new version of you. You are unlocking a new door for yourself. It's all about perspective. So if you view it as something that is bad, then of course the outcome is always going to be bad. But if you view this as, this is a lesson that I have to get through. This is a hurdle in my journey. This is a rerouting moment. This is a moment where I need to pivot. Then you turn that into a blessing. You turn that into a good day, a good opportunity. But it's all about you and how you choose to perceive this quote unquote bad thing, bad day. Don't allow a bad day or a day where you're just feeling like, I'm just tired of this. I'm ready to move forward. Shift your whole entire trajectory of where you're going. And that's what a lot of us do. We allow a bad day. We allow a moment where we wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Just shift everything that we are putting forth effort towards. And we have to be mindful when we do that. We have to be mindful and check ourselves and be like, yo, okay, you're having a bad day today. But remember the plan. Remember what you've prayed for. Remember what you and Spirit discussed. Because Spirit is not going to create something that he or she, whoever, doesn't feel like you can't obtain. If Spirit feels like you can't obtain it, they're going to create those facets for you. They're going to make sure they put you in a position to excel in what you are asking for. So, again, you're going to have those moments and those thoughts, those bad thoughts. But don't allow those bad thoughts to consume you. Because when you allow those thoughts to consume you, you are then going against what yourself and what you spoke with Spirit about. So that then tells Spirit that you don't trust them. Let alone you don't even trust yourself. And again, this is not to beat yourself up over. Spirit is not even mad. But you have to be aware. You have to be aware when you have those moments. Those moments of self-doubt. Those moments of potential self-sabotage. You have to be aware and correct it. And it will get easier over time. Trust me, it will get easier over time. Talk to Spirit about it when you have those moments. Let them know, like, hey, I realized, I was entering into that mode again, that I don't like. And I just want to talk to you about this. And just ask them, like, what are some good ways for me to handle these types of emotions when they come about? I know the first step is always coming back to you and grounding myself. But, how can I in the moment not be so reactive towards this negative emotion? Especially when you know that there's so much more in store for you, and you just have to come back to that space, come back to that joy and that excitement that you felt about whatever you are trying to obtain. Reflect and look back on what you wrote and come back to Spirit. Ask Spirit to replenish you and things like that. Because we all need that moment to replenish ourselves and just really just bask in the energy of Spirit, of the divine. But that's really all I have to say for today. This is a really quick podcast episode. I just think that needed to be said. And I think a lot of us might be hitting this point. Again, we're about to enter into Aries season. And that Aries energy is very go-getter. I'm ready to go. Initiate. Work. So it's like, come back down. That fiery energy, we have to now come back down. It's spring. Things are growing. Things are blooming. And in the midst of the beauty, embrace the beauty. Embrace the blessings. Take a moment of gratitude to be thankful. Be in the present moment. Understand the duality of life and prepare for that. And I just want everybody to have a blessed spring equinox. And I hope and I pray that everybody enters into the summer solstice with high vibrations and just basking in so much beauty and joy that you are creating for yourself. Because as I mentioned in my Virgo Full Moon reading and Reiki session on my YouTube channel, definitely check that out. I talked about, you are the co-creator of your life. So choose wisely. Those thoughts, choose them wisely. Those emotions, choose them wisely. Your reaction, choose them wisely. And you got this. You don't even know yet. You got this. You're going to be looking back on this and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I really almost doubted myself, or I can't believe that I really almost, chose a different route. Believe in yourself. Nobody can stop you but you. You will prevail. And that bad day, don't turn it into bad days. Don't turn it into a bad month. Don't turn it into a bad months. And don't turn it into a bad year or bad years off of one bad day. Stay blessed and highly favored, everyone. And I will talk to y'all soon.